Hi, good morning. You can see what I'm talking about today. You'll have seen the thumbnail anyway, but it's this beauty here. Now, I know I say it every time, no more. I've got a few. How many have I got now? Dollshouses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, no more. They're not all vintage ones though, predominantly vintage ones, because that is really what I'm wanting to go for from now on. Now, this is a GB house. Now, I've had a little research, couldn't find a lot of information, but there is a directory you can find. If you put in GB Dolls Houses catalogue, it'll take you to a site. I'll pop the link in for that site. I know I have done on previous ones. Certainly worth a read. It's just fascinating. I'm going to put a few pictures on as well that I got from this site, showing like the advertising and things like that. I just find that side of it absolutely fascinating. Now, I know I mentioned earlier as well in a previous video, I got some Slovenian families that I said were going to go in the smaller GB house, but because they've got a little family of triplets as well, and then this one came along, I think this might be their house. We're going to have a proper look at it. I'm going to take the camera all the way around it after the intro. But as I said, this is a GB, let me get the name right, it is the Tudor Lodge. Now there's actually a number, I've written a few bits down on paper, and it says it's a DH6. I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't know whether that was relating just to the article, the way they'd written it out, or whether that is what it was called. I haven't found any labels on it now, but I found documentation to show that this is one of their houses. We're looking at late 60s, sort of nearer sort of early 70s for its age, which most of them are that I've collected. I don't like much after that, because I did have a Caroline's house, which was a little bit later. I found them a little bit too plasticky, and I prefer this wooden hardboard, I think it is, that it's made of, and obviously the little metal windows and things like that. But this is the earliest date that I could find for this particular one. I'm just double checking. Oh yeah, something else that made me laugh. On their site it says retail price, let me get it right, £8.95 when it was first made. Would it have been like that? Would it have been pounds like that? That was probably quite a lot of money, wasn't it, back then? I mean, I can imagine if you pick one up for £8.50 now, that'd be up, oh, 95 should I say, that'd be absolutely amazing. Now, I actually paid, as I say, I wasn't going to get one, but yeah, you know, it's like you go on eBay or you go on Vinted and you start looking, and this one came up and it was £35. Now, I know compared with the others I've got, that was a good price. I also had a little look round to see what other people were charging. I'd seen them upward of £100 plus. So I'm thinking, you know, £35, that's not bad. And they'd actually post it. A lot of times you see dolls houses listed and they won't post, it's collection only. And I've seen a few nice ones over the years, and I'm like, oh, but you know, by the time we've driven all the way down there, it could be 3 hours to travel plus. It's just not worth it. But they were posting, they only charged £15 for the postage, which I thought was very reasonable. There was a little bit of an issue with the courier, but that was the courier's fault, not the seller. The seller was lovely, she kept me updated and everything, and it was marvellously packed. I think, well, you know what the couriers are like. The courier, the actual box had taken a bit of a bashing, but because the person who'd sent it had wrapped it so well, I think I've got a life supply of bubble wrap, because I always keep my bubble wrap in case I want to post anything out as well. So yeah, she'd wrapped it absolutely amazing. So thank you for that. I don't know whether you watched the video or anything, but thank you, because it was very well protected. It's in great condition. You've got to think how old it is. And when I've not even opened it properly myself, I had a quick look to make sure it was sound, things like that, but I've not gone any further than that. I'm supposed to be doing the smaller one up. I'm like, oh, I know I've only really got one that is fully completed, housed out, you know, everything done, and that's the one in my living room with the little Aridol family, but I've not got anything done with any of the others, and I really do need to get this sorted. I'm going to do another video just after this, because I've got a few more bits of doll's house furniture, and I've got some wallpapers and things like that, so I wanted to show you them. So I am sort of getting there. I'm thinking about it, but not actually getting it done. So we're going to have a proper look at this. I don't think there's any other information I can tell you. Let me know if you've got one of these. Let me know if you've had one of these. If you know any more information about them, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm always wanting to take more information. So we're going to go not top down, because we're going to go round and have a look at some details and see if I can actually find a label. I couldn't briefly find one, but you never know, there might be one somewhere. So let's go and have a look at this little doll's house. So this is the full view of the Tudor cottage. Now, again, this is going to be me holding it, so it's likely to go a little bit wobbly. But as we get further in, you can see it's just got a painted roof. They're just red gloss, really. They're nearly all like that. So that's actually in great condition. It's all in great condition, to be honest. But we will give it another coat of paint. You know, just got little, as I move everything, just got little scuffs, things like that. But you expect that. Now, these parts, I couldn't make up my mind whether somebody had stuck them on, because you can see the paper. But it turns out they were actually made of paper, so I think they are original. So yeah, I think I will probably leave them. Not made a big decision on that one yet. As we move further down, we can see this is different because it has blue windows. I do have another one with the blue and yellow windows, which are quite nice, I must admit. I don't know whether the painting, can you see the painting of the plants? I don't know whether somebody else has redone them. I know they were done like that, but I do feel like there's a lot of over painting on the, what do you call them? Yeah, the yellow bits. But that might have been there. I don't know. I suppose plants would grow over it. Shutters, is that the word I'm looking for? I think possibly. But otherwise, they're the same as my green ones, but just blue. Apparently, these were flusher fitting than the others. So now, excuse my hand and wobbleness, let's open it up. Ta-da! Now, actually, that was one you didn't see. Can you see we've got this here? Let me open that out and you can see it. Oh, ta-da! Now, that is plastic as well. On my other one, it's metal. The other side should have one, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to redo that unless I can get hold of one. So we go inside. Nothing exciting. Oh, look, there is one. You know, I said I've not had a proper look inside, and there is actually, I think, and you can keep it steady, that is another shutter, and somehow there's an Allen key in there, tiny weeny Allen. No, is it an Allen key? I don't know what it is. It's a little bit of metal anyway. Yes, the other one's there. That's great. We have a little set of stairs, which they're just like a plastic stair from what I can see. But there's nothing much else to see. It is clean. It is tidy. It does need a little bit of painting, just a few scuff points. I mean, the red gloss is easy enough to do anyway. So let's shut that up. You can see I just love these little windows. I think they've all, look at the windows, I think they've all got their I was going to say perspex, I don't think that's the right word. It's like an acetate, isn't it? They look like they've all got it in, which is great, because my others, because they're older, they've been cracked and things like that. And apparently the sign that the door is this oval shape is another thing that sort of dates it. We got a little bit of a crazy paving there. We've got quite a bit of dust. We need to sort all that out. You can see one of the other little ones. That's the other one I'm supposed to be doing. It will get done, I promise, one day, maybe. I've just got to stop collecting them and start working on them. Not sure what was here. Looks like something might have been stuck on there. But apart from that, I don't know. I can't make up my mind whether to just paint over, or sand all this down and paint over all this and try and redo it myself. But not so quite. I think this is a bit brutal. I don't know why it's like that. It probably was like that. But I'm going to sort of try and work on it. It is made, as I say, from a hardboard. So it's nothing exciting what it's made from. So the same over the top. You can see where it's joined together here. You can see all the dust. I could draw my name in that dust. I do need to get it sorted out. But otherwise, I am so pleased with it. £35. It's a big house. Sort of plenty of room for my little Sylvanians. In fact, bear with me, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm trying to get something and try not to move camera too much. You can have a look around there. Have a nosy up there while we're at it. That's my shelf. I've got bits and bobs. Another house up there as well. So let's come back down again. I've just got hold of a little Sylvanian critter. It is Mummy Sylvanian. And let's see the sizes. Let's compare a little bit. Oh, doesn't she look cute outside there? Let's have a look inside as well. So I'm thinking sort of height. I think that's spot on. I think they will work perfectly in there. I was on about the rooms as well, because obviously we've got a rather large lounge area there, which will be great. We have a kitchen area. In theory, that would be a bathroom and a bedroom, wouldn't it? But when she has a lot of children, she has 2 girls and a set of triplets. So we might divide the room up, you know. I might put a little divide in, because that needs lifting up anyway, because it's dropped at the back. And give it 2 little bedrooms, although that would be a very large bathroom. Perhaps I'm better off dividing that, doing a small bathroom and a bedroom, and making this the children's bedroom. I don't know. It's a shame these don't open at the top. I know some of my sort of the 12th scale ones I've got, roofs lift up, don't they? Because look at all that space in there. I know my husband had said, well, about trying it one day. And I says, well, to be honest, I think it's not going to have like rooms as such. So I don't think it's worth messing about with. But that is my new GB doll's house. As I say, let me know if you've got one. Let me know if you know more information than I do. And I think my little Sylvanians will be very happy here. So I think this one's going to get done before the smaller one over there. So thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy the channel, please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all very soon.